they come to visit you, they'll bring you like a bulk of groceries.
Yes, I was about to say,
yes,
it's been a thing.
It's been a thing. So I stopped worrying about the financial part of it. Then I had to focus on my dream.
Sure.
Again, my parents were being supportive. So from 2019, I knew 2019, 2020, I knew that this is a thing, the labor thing. I like it. I'm drawn to it. Then for the first time in my life, I liked studying. As long as it has to do with labor, I will study that book day and night. I
Sure.
will go to that class. We're back at university. Didn't like that. But now there's labor. I liked it, which is why I ended up going to UJ.
Even your face lights up when you
Lights
talk
up when I
about.
speak about
Sure.
labor. My face. Then I then went to UJ in 2022.
Is that when you registered for your diploma in labor?
I registered for my diploma in labor. I did it and I graduated it. I graduated in 2023 and I didn't fail a single module.
I love that. Who taught you? Was it Dr. Furi or someone else?
Yes, Furi.
She's amazing, ne?
The one with the small voice.
Yes, and then she's a bit slim.
Yes,
She also
she was
taught us from
good.
first year.
Yeah, I loved her. She's very good. She's very patient. She's gentle. And yeah, so from that day, I think from when I came to Joburg and did labor to date, I found the love of my life.
I love that.
I can study.
I love
can
that.
sit in a lecture room. I can enjoy it. And I've almost forgot the trauma of what happened when I got arrested.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I really love that. And then now, so what's then your job after you do your article? What industry do you go into? Is that when you went into insurance or you had another job before that?
No, I went to insurance. I worked in one of the biggest legal insurance companies that actually had it's an umbrella with different insurances, but I was on the legal insurance part, one of the biggest, and I loved it there. I did everything. I did criminal, I did family law, everything, but labor was always
still
my favorite. I would light up. I remember it was a call center environment, so it's fast paced. Literally, when you get a call, you you already must have advice in your head. So every time the labor cases came, I lit up. I loved. I would spend. We had a time limit we could spend on the phone. I was always in trouble because when it's a labor case,
more time.
I'm going to go up.
Sure.
I'm going to speak. I'm going to code sections. And then I was like, this is my thing.
Sure.
Then from there, I stopped looking further. I just wanted labor cases.
Labor-related
jobs.
Okay.
But then I wasn't getting them. I moved from one insurance company to the next to do almost a similar thing. But then again, the first one, I was a legal advisor. When I moved to the second insurance company, I was a claims assessor.
Sure.
A claims assessor is basically those people that sit down, look at your case, they do research, they find out if this is fit to be taken to court, the prospects and so forth. Again, when the labor cases came, I'd give myself time.
Yes,
I would do research. I remember I would like to send emails to attorneys and tell them, but you're wrong, because we used to deal with attorneys. I'm sitting in my office as a claims assessor who's practically a legal advisor, but speaking with the attorney, I'd be like, but you're wrong. This is not what's supposed to happen. So slowly but surely, that love is growing, and the hate for school is slowly dying down, because now when I speak of school, it's labor. So second insurance company. Then the second insurance company opens this department. They called it specialist. Tim, I applied, got it. And then I was a specialist labor advisor. And every single day of my life, every day I woke up to do the job. There were a whole lot of issues in the work environment and stuff, but every single time I did the job. You know, when you go to work, there's two aspects. There's the job that you do. Then there's the people, there's the company, there's everything. But one thing that I loved, the only thing that I loved was the job, because the job was labor.
Yeah, so. I love that. You remind me, your favorite phrase when we were still colleagues, you would always say, I hate so many things, but I love my job. Like, I feel like you one of the few people that are able to say, you know what, I'm going through it, but I love my job. It's not a means to end. This is what I love. This is what I would choose. And then going back to the first insurance company, about Patela Sharp, because I'm trying to see for people that want to go into the insurance companies, what salary range are they looking at?
I'm going to be honest. When I started, I was front office advisor. The front office advisor, they call them front office advisor or paralegal advisors. What they do, they're those people that when you call, they pick up the phone.
Sure.
You've reached 1212 company. Yes, those are the lawyers you speak with, which everybody has an idea. Everybody outside thinks they're speaking with a hostess or a receptionist. Those guys,
Those are real lawyers.
Those are real lawyers. They've got law degrees. Some are even admitted attorneys. Some are advocates. So I did that. So and then being me, I work hard, and I realized that for the longest time, I thought I wasn't good enough because of the failing. I thought I couldn't do the work until I did what I loved. So when I was doing what I loved, I worked hard, and then I moved from being a front office advisor, the first insurance company. When I started, I was earning 9,500 rands gross. This
gross?
Yes, gross.
Okay.
9,500 rands gross. This was in 2021.
Shucks.
This is not a long time ago.
And you know what's wild, ne? Is that there's actually somebody within the legal industry earning that is gross now.
Today. That's what I'm saying. 2021 was not even a long time ago. So it's still recent. So I earned that, and then I moved up from being a paralegal or front office advisor. Me being me, works hard. I got a promotion. But promotion, people hear the word promotion in corporate and they think you just promoted. No. You work hard for that promotion. And you're going to go for an interview for something that is a promotion. But you're going to get interviewed. I went through that, and then I got in as now a back office junior legal advisor. So after that, I think my gross now was 15. I think, yes. My gross was 15.
And now you're doing all of this. You're not an admitted attorney.
I'm not an admitted attorney.
You're just moving around with your LLB degree.
I'm moving around with my LLB
You later got your diploma.
Yes.
Ne?
Yeah. So let's talk about my board exams. I actually started writing my board exams. In the first exam that I wrote was when I was in Polokwane.
Okay, before we go into the question I had for you was that what was the turning point where you decide that, you know what, I'm not going to be an admitted attorney, and you basically say to all of us, shut off. Like, I'm just not going to take any advice in relation to this. I'm not doing this. What was the turning point? Because I can see that when you start the journey, you almost say, okay, I will be an admitted attorney. Because, I mean, if you didn't want to in the first place, you could have just not done your articles. You could have left it at LLB, or you could have left it at the first time where you serve your articles, or just after articles you left it. But it's almost as if you kept on like trying and trying. When do you just stop trying, where you're like, no, I'm not doing this?
It started when I wrote my first exam, my first set of board exams. I was still in the limbo of you fail a lot. You've been failing. It took you so much time to obtain your degree, so you've been failing. So I went in with that mindset that I fail a lot. So when I wrote my first exams, board exams, I failed everything.
Okay.
And I was shocked.
Okay.
I know that I didn't get my degree in record time, but how did I fail everything? I was very shocked.
Had you registered to write all four at once?
All four at once. Oh, and I was
That's
so
where
shocked.
the danger is.
The danger is there. Right, the ingos is there.
Yes.
So I registered, and I was very shocked because I failed. And I didn't fail all of them. I failed the two. I got the two as, what do they call the oral exams? Oh my gosh, those oral exams were mortifying. And I'd like to, I don't know if this happens to other people, but there is this thing, or I feel like when we do these oral exams, you're sitting with professionals who've been in the game for 20 years, 30 years. There is a feeling of, I want you to fail because I'm sitting here and I know so much, and you're going to ask me a question that you know that there's no way this thing is happening in practice.
Yeah.
I remember being asked something about PlusCon. I'm not sure if you know the PlusCon.
Wasn't it the time it was trending on TV, King PlusCon eventualist or something like that?
When it was trending, I wasn't shocked because I
You
was
had heard
asked
of
that
it
question
in
in
the orals.
2018.
Shucks.
Is it something?
I know it's
Event
PlusCon.
PlusCon rule.
Yes.
And I'm like, you really want me to fail this thing?
Sure.
So after that, I started, I genuinely found board exams distasteful. I didn't like them because already I had an idea that these people, these attorneys, they hold themselves so high that they look beneath everybody. I'm just a child trying to get by. You can ask me questions that you know that I know. You know there is no way in my articles my boss mentioned PlusCon events rule. You know there is no way in my entire degree I had this question or this thing or any scenario, nothing. But you had the audacity to ask me that because you were setting me up for failure. I remember I can say that the person who interviewed me, they didn't want me to make it. They brought all these questions and I'm like, it's okay. they are within the books. We should know them, but you know that I don't know it.
Sure. You know, when you say that, it's almost as if we talk about this a lot. And in as much as I know this is how a lot of people perceive it, but I want you to go ahead and study that law degree. You can do something, you can be something, because it's almost as if the profession is being caped. I saw a debate going on LinkedIn. I don't want to go into it because it's gonna be very emotionally invested, but a lot of people were like, we feel that board exams, because they also had an issue in the previous board exams, that we feel like board exams are almost created to keep the profession where people can't go in anymore. And I can completely relate to say some of these requirements, it's almost, they're too hard, even if they're not too hard, but it's like, do I really have to do this? Why can't you incorporate everything within a university level? And then I meet all requirements and then we keep it moving,
Yes.
Because I can imagine how it felt like. And I think in an oral exam, the other thing is when you hear such a word, it's like you completely shocked because you're like, what? And then you almost get anxiety. And now it almost as if you forget every other thing because you're trying to make up an answer for that particular word. And man, I'm so sorry to everybody at home, people that have been failing board exams. Don't give up, don't give in. But also to people that set up board exams, to people that are in those committees, if you ever come across this video, please set exams in a way that is, I'm not saying make them easy, right? But keep them within syllabus. Keep them within what is being taught in universities, what is being taught in practice, because asking things that are not being taught in practice, it's just almost as useless, right? So yes, when was the turning point of you deciding you're not going to go through the attorney route?
So I write these exams and I get that oral, that mortifying oral. And I slowly start thinking, I don't think I want to do this.
Sure.
Already there is this thing. I'm doing labor now. I'm doing labor. I keep writing my exams. I keep failing. I keep going back. I keep failing. Then I stopped studying. I kept going, but I wasn't studying.
Oh.
I kept going. Every single year I would register for my board exams, but I would not study.
And then you would go to the exam.
When I passed my 3 exams, I had not studied. This is the thing about board exams. I don't get it. I don't get it. I put so much effort on the other years and I failed. The one time I'm like, I don't care about this. I'm just going to show up. I passed. I passed the first paper. I passed the second paper. I passed the third paper. And I had 1 paper remaining.
Sure.
So with that 1 paper, that was the turning point for me to say, okay, this 1 paper is left, but what do you want to do with it, Tendani?
Sure.
What do you want to do with this paper? I see how excited people are when they get admitted, and it's beautiful. I remember your admission was beautiful. I was excited. I was proud of you. But I said, I would not be that excited if I were to get admitted.
Sure.
I'm not going to be excited. If I were to, the excitement I got when I obtained my postgrad in labor, I don't think I'd be that excited if I got admitted.
Sure.
So that's when I'm like, no, I'm not doing this because I don't want to be an attorney. And I get the
Sure.
rules. I get the rules that were set by human beings. But like I said, I'm going to go back to this. I serve a king that breaks protocol. I serve a God that gives me dreams and he says, do this. And I do it. When God commands me to do something, I do it. God
Sure.
commanded Moses to lead the Israelis. Is it the Israelis?
The Egyptians, wasn't it? The Egyptians or something.
It's the Israelis from Egypt.
Yes.
And when God led Moses, it didn't give him plan Bs. This is where me coming through with no plan B. Then when I decided I'm done, right? I remember having this conversation with my parents and I knew that they were going to be very proud if I was an attorney. I said, I don't want to be an attorney. An attorney is a person that goes to court and they practice at court. I see these rules. I see jobs wherein there is absolutely, you have no business being an admitted attorney, but somehow they want you to be an admitted attorney. I see them. I've missed out on opportunities because I'm not an admitted attorney. But I said, I will do it without the admission. So I stopped because I said, how am I anxious? Because board exams are very taxing emotionally.
Sure.
Every day I'm stressed out because of this one module. It's taking so much from myself, from me, from my family, from the time with my child, the emotions, everything. I said, this thing is not going to serve me because I don't even want to be an attorney.
You're doing it for the people.
I'm doing
it's
it
like,
and the society and the standards and you said it in the beginning, it's glorified when you're an attorney, even more than you being an advocate is glorified, which is advocates are doing well, but they're not glorified. Attorneys are glorified. I said, I will break protocol. I will change the rules. And you know what? I did. I am sitting here today with my LLB degree, a postgraduate diploma in labor. I'm currently studying a certificate in human resource. You can see my line. It's labor. It has to do with employee. And I'm sitting here without that piece of paper that shows 4 modules, and that piece of paper cannot define me. It cannot define my journey.
Sure.
I decided I was done because I said, my testimony, because I'm a child of God, I'm a Christian, my testimony is not going to come from me explaining to people how hard it was for me to get here, and today I'm an admitted attorney. My testimony is going to come from me saying that I did all these things. I failed. I failed at school. I failed board exams. I stopped writing board exams. I changed jobs. I moved from one, what do you call this? Law firm to the other. I ceded. Then one insurance to the other. People have beautiful CVs where they've worked for one company for 10 years. No, I've worked for these companies. I've got a line of companies that I've worked for, and people don't like it. Apparently, it's not a good look because why are you always leaving? But I know what I want. And when it's not given to me, I keep going to find it. So, board exams, done, stopped, focused on labor. And I can guarantee you, even if somebody said they were going to give me that board exam for free, I will still decline it. I don't want it.
Sure.
I don't need it. It does not define me. It does not define my journey. I am today an industrial and employees relations advisor. Without
without the admission.
I'm not admitted. I've got the LLB. The LLB covers what I do. The postgraduate of the diploma in labor, it covers what I do. So I'm not going to do it. I still stand today to say, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go back and finish that exam. It is beautiful for people that want to be attorneys. But my testimony comes from, I'm not an attorney, but I am doing what I want to do. I'm doing what I love to do. And I do know that there is roles that my role, my position, I've seen roles where they said, you must be an admitted attorney. I don't see why. You can do the job without the admission.
Sure.
You don't need to, because employee relations advisors are not going to court. We still need to, at the end of the day, if a matter needs to go to a labor court, we still need to appoint you as attorneys.
Sure.
Why am I required to have this thing that I will never use?
Yes.
Look at it this way. If you're going to look at my CV, she practiced. She went through the articles route. She has the experience of practice. Why must that small piece of paper with 4
be the
modules,
stamp of approval?
Why must it be the pinnacle?
Sure.
Why must it be the pinnacle of my career, of my capabilities, of my abilities?
No,
I wanted to break that, and I broke it. And I'll stand today and say, I don't want to be an attorney. I won't be an attorney.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I love that. I really love your journey. It's very inspiring. I wish we had more time to go into it, but I love that you touched on the fact that being industrial and employee relations advisor does not require you to have admission. You just need to have your LLB, and then you just need to have some experience in labor, right? And then you're good to go. You don't have to be an admitted attorney. So if you're a person at home, you just finished your LLB degree, you don't know what to do, you're thinking, oh my God, I need to be an admitted attorney. You don't have to be an admitted attorney, especially if it's not something that you're passionate about. Find something that you're called to, because law is very versatile. Like being an employee relations advisor, it's something that has to do with labor. So if maybe you can do a diploma, but also you don't have to do a diploma. Just get experience, apply in insurance companies. I know our company and the other former company you worked for, I know they usually don't require people to be admitted attorneys. You can just be a legal counsel or legal advisor in labor, and then eventually move up to employee relations, as she's doing. And then also, before we close, Baupatela Sharp as an employee relations advisor.
Baupatela Sharp, they really pay me well.
Okay.
They don't, obviously, I'm starting. This is my first job as an employee relations advisor.
Okay.
I've been a labor advisor. I've been doing labor, but the role, the name, the blueprint,
title, yes.
the title, the blueprint, it's my first.
Okay.
So, but they do pay me. It's worth it.
It's worth it. Okay. Range, what are we looking at? Between what to what?
You are looking at between 20 and 35.
20,000 to 35 for a junior.
Yes, for someone that's starting
out.
Yeah, for most companies, you're looking at they'll offer you anything between 20 to 35, or rather 25 to 35. Let's put it there.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think there's a 20, maybe 25 to 35. Yes,
Okay.
which is way lower than the previous
Articles.
shows.
Yes,
And
and the
articles.
previous jobs.
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing, guys, I'm not telling you how much I earn. I'm just giving you a range.
Yes, it's a range.
I
It's
don't
a
want
range.
somebody to say, oh, Abamu Pateli shop. Oh, okay, why did she buy this bag? Where did she get the money? No.
Okay, I really
it's just a
love that.
range.
Thank you so much for sharing that. People at home, salary ranges between 20 to 30,000 rand, and we've come to the end of our episode. Yeah, it's something else. So in closing, ne, what is the season of your life? Please don't stretch it. Just in a sentence, ne, what is the season of your life called?
I think this is autumn. I'm gonna put it in seasons. As seasons are. It's autumn. In autumn, there is a bit of cold. There's a bit of sun. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm gradually gravitating to exactly what I want. I'm not. Yes, I'm in the industry, but I've got bigger dreams. I've got bigger goals. In the next 10, 15 years. Don't say I don't. Please, I don't want to be misquoted. I don't want to be an attorney, but I do think that perhaps in the next 15 years, when I retire from corporate, I could be an advocate only taking labor matters.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
labor matters.
Okay.
And not because of the title, because in order for me to go to court and do labor matters, I would have some form of
Appearance.
certificate, which being an advocate could grant me that. But right now, I am slowly gravitating to those dreams, those goals, and also just shredding off the old skin of the past, the failures, the attempts, the confusion. There was a point where I didn't think I was capable, and in the past 2-3 years, I have found out how capable I am through my work ethic, through the results I give in my work. So the season is gravitating to exactly what you want and shedding off the skin of
The former,
the
old.
former, the old, getting unlearning.
Sure.
I'm unlearning and then also learning. So that is the season. It's like autumn. It's not summer. Summer's beautiful. Winter
Okay.
is cold. But I'd describe it as autumn.
Okay.
I know when you say season, you don't mean like summer, autumn, winter, spring. But
No,
yes,
but I get the concept.
I wanted the concept. I want you to understand. I want everybody to understand that I'm now gravitating to what I want. But it's also important that when you gravitate to what you want or what you are going for, you also shed off
The old.
past,
Okay.
the old, the pain, the failure, and you focus on what do I do now? What am I now? So that's where I am.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for honoring this invite. To everybody at home, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Happy Employment Wednesdays. Always remember you are not alone. You are gracefully anchored. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.